Yes, people, welcome to Never a Foul. You know, if you've never been here before, but anyways, most people have been here if you've started. You know, we're going to be talking about, Salah being fit for the Man City game, which is huge, being in training all week long. And then obviously, so if Arsenal fans are probably going to be gassed because I'm pretty sure they would rather Liverpool beat Man City than the other way around. Who knows? Might be split, might want to draw. Draw is probably more favorable. That can be a realistic result. And they're also going to talk about like the Zerbi. Would he succeed at Man United and Chelsea? Heavy links that Ten Hag is looking likely that he's going to get sacked at some point. The Zerbi looking like number one at this moment of time. And Chelsea also chasing him. But would Chelsea fans want another Brighton thing in their club? I don't know. But yeah, big up to everyone in the comments as well. I see people early like Kyle B saying the Zerbi's overhyped. ST Boy saying the King is back. He says, I don't mind when some people think, but for me, this weekend's games between Liverpool and City will be the title decider. I think Arsenal's still got a bit of a play to say in this, regardless of who wins and who doesn't, personally. Marcus says, Cass, why are we not linked to Xabi Alonso? I don't trust his new owner shopping at Brighton, I'll be honest. I think lately, from Pletigo, I think Xabi Alonso looks like he might be going to Bayern Munich potentially, but Liverpool are definitely front runners and looks like they want him. But yeah, Luke Skywalker in the building as well. But big up, look, we're joined by Monts, joined by Traps, I'm joined by Niger Englishman Kunle. But yeah, what you man saying? Traps, it's kind of depressed the other day.
I wasn't depressed, bruv. I was just fed up, innit? I'm fed up of the culture of our fan base. I'm sick and tired of it. I've gone against the grain now. It's me against the fan base. I've declared war on the fan base, and that is that. So
you declared war?
Yeah, I've declared war on the fan base. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. Sick and tired of the toxic, what do you call it? The toxic positivity. I'm sick of the excuses.
Just say his name. Just say his name.
No, I'm not saying his name. Say his name. I'm not saying his name.
Say his name.
I'm not saying his name.
Say my name. Say his name.
I'm not saying his name.
Perhaps. His name is Tyrone.
He's just one of them, yeah. But he's just one of them, yeah. He's just one of them. He's one of the, like, like, you see, like when there was you see like the war, yeah, like the war on terrorism, yeah, and it was like Bin Laden was the guy. Bin Laden was the guy. He's like the guy that looks after Bin Laden's accounts. That's him. He's that guy.
Ty, if you're watching this back at all, it's about you. Like, even Chelsea fans, but he said himself is Ty. Well, is there like a common thing about people named Ty like being deluded? Or
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I feel like Arsenal AFC's Ty is a bit more. I don't know. Like his delusion is like scary, innit? Like it's concerning. But Ty's obviously.
To be fair, he's acoustic though. So.
Yeah. I feel like with him though, it's like he's also surrounded by a lot of his Arsenal fans all the time as well. And I feel like because he's one of those lifelong, like bro, Ty definitely wears shin pads to fives, innit?
Full kit. You said he's wearing the full kit as well.
To be fair,
but that's hard though. No, because I wear the Liverpool training kit when I go fives. But I don't. But Ty has the football socks and shinies in it. He's one of them.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does. To be fair.
To be fair, yeah.
I don't know. Man.
I think there should be a study. I think there should be a study about the name Ty. Does it correlate to delusion? Because if you look at man like Tyrone Mings, like he was the captain at one point. He was never that guy. So it's, you know what I'm saying? Like it could be a direct link to being named Tyrone and delusion. It could be.
But yeah, what you saying, Kunle? Anyways, man. Always a
man. Now, my people, it's your dark skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, Now today you go understand. Big up everybody. Big up the panel. Big up the comments. Smash the like button, people. How you
We might as well just dive straight into the conversation, anyways. Look, let's dive straight into that title talk. Let's dive straight into Mo Salah being back, and even a squad that Liverpool have coming back as well from Man City. Mons, man, you know what I mean? It's your favorite line.
It is D-Day today. You have Man City.
You know what I mean?
You don't get to run that one on. You don't get to run that one.
Yes, I do. Yes,
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, exactly.
It's my thing. That's my. You get it?
Yeah, we're running it back. We're running it back on you.
Listen, either way, like, yeah, City have us. It's at Anfield. So again, City have us. It is D-Day today. You have LFC today. That's where it actually is. So we're not going to today. That's actually for the Etihad.
It's today.
No, it's not today, but it's this weekend.
Go on.
This weekend, isn't it?
So you're confident. You sound like you're confident then.
No, I'm not confident. I'm just
Hey, don't try. You're confident, man. Secretly, you are. Secretly, you are.
We've got him.
You know, stop trying to do the whole monsters, and then you're gonna go run to that. I'm not confident. I'm not confident.
Wait.
Whoa. Why is Mott's confident about a game where we don't usually win there, but we don't lose. Like before that, any of that happens, yeah. Like
it'll be clipping this.
Huh?
He'll be clipping this. He's watching this back. You know he's watching this, man. Somewhere down the line, somewhere he's watching this with his shit on screen record, waiting.
Yeah, Mons ain't scared, bro. Chest
I'm
out.
not scared. I don't fear no team. The hell? I don't fear no team. Unless it's maybe Madrid at the Bernabeu, maybe. It gives me the heebie-jeebies a little bit, like gives me the creeps. But you know, obviously it's one of those things where it depends on Salah, innit? If Salah's fit and firing, if you know, if Nunes, Szoboszlai, all of those guys are fit, then I'm thinking we've got enough to beat City. I feel like they got their full team and we're obviously still a bit depleted, and that is annoying. So we're going to need Anfield. We're going to need Anfield. You know what I'm saying? I needed this. It's Anfield moment. I look at Man City's backline and them man are queffable in it. Say what you like. Them man are queffable. From time Marcus Rashford could go get a hat-trick first half, and Sterling can go get a hat-trick first half, and Jackson can go get a hat-trick first half in each of their respective games against City. Brother, these men are queffable in it. I don't want to hear it. One ball over the top, and these men are skanking. Maybe against us, that ball over the top won't work because it's Liverpool, and they know they'll lose 4-0 if they do it with us. So maybe they've actually defended the over the top ball well. But just know, unfortunately, because Arteta and Klopp are stubborn in their ways and have their own philosophies, never will they actually just sit back and do the over the top thing. Unfortunately,
let me ask you then.
If both teams did that, they're winning 3-1. Both teams, I'm telling you, long ball. Bro, Arsenal went long ball against Man City for 5 minutes and scored.
Yeah, well, it
was. They went long ball for 5 minutes.
It was 5 minutes. I'm not being funny. It was a deflected goal. In fairness, as well. Like,
hey, the opportunity was created by the long ball. That's what you're trying to get to.
I hear it, but it was a dead game. Couldn't you know it was a dead game for 70 minutes. It was dead.
It was a tactical. Is it a game of tactical?
Yeah. That's what it's saying. Let me switch this away from you once a little bit because I've got bare questions for you about Liverpool. To be fair, yeah. Let me ask Traps. Yeah, once said something there about obviously the long ball, and you know, can City even penetrate what they got? Rather than me talking about Salah right now, would you say Van Dijk is Liverpool's most important player?
Yes.
I didn't ask you. Ask Traps.
Yes.
What in general in this game?
Yeah. In this Liverpool side right now, look, they've had no Salah. Yeah, they still score. They've had no Nunes a couple times. They still score. They might have a different kind of front three. Doesn't matter what they got. They still win and they still score. Their midfield has been chopped and changed in the last 6 weeks so much because of injuries. It's they still win. Now, there's one constant that hasn't changed. Alisson's even changed. Trent's changed. Robertson's even changed. And there's one thing that hasn't changed all season. Virgil van Dijk. So that's what makes me wonder. And I might even actually make a whole subject about it at some point, like through maybe even on Friday, maybe even tomorrow, or maybe even next week. Is Virgil van Dijk Liverpool's most important player, bar Salah?
Well, he is. Based off that, yeah, it probably is, to be fair. He's the capo, isn't he? So he's the most important, isn't it?
So do you think Van Dijk could be the difference? Literally, the main difference come Sunday.
No.
We talk about we obviously see City's attack being like there's like last few games they're scoring quite a few goals. They got goals in them, and Liverpool are not going to be sitting back. Let's put it like that. But if there's one man that can deal with the main threat, which is probably Haaland, it is him, right?
I mean, I don't know about that, yeah, because obviously Foden's on fire at the minute. Obviously you got Dead and Doku and that, but obviously that's another story. But to be honest with you, yeah, I don't think. I just think when you look at both the teams, yeah, you look at basically they both gained a lot of points from losing positions, yeah. So in my mind, this has all the makings of a stalemate. However, yeah, I mean, if Virgil van Dijk has a masterclass, then yeah. But to be honest with you, City can score, so can they. Like it's just, yeah, it's what I don't think you can call it based off of on basically one player being this or being that, because at the end of the day, like, look, Phil Foden could pull it out of the bag. Rodri can pull it out of the bag when they're under the cost. Do you know what I mean? So at the same time, Liverpool can score. Darwin Núñez, he gets chances. If he has a good game and hits the target a couple of times, then you never know what the score is. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like someone can nick it, but it has all the attributes of a flipping stalemate. To be honest,
what are you saying, Kunle, about it? Like,
to be honest, I kind of agree with Traps. I think it's got more of a draw rather than a stalemate in terms of there'll be definitely goals, but it'll be a draw. Like I reckon it's going to be about KDB versus Salah. Like there's going to be this game. If it's going to be won, it's going to be won in moments. Is Salah going to be the guy that creates the moment, or is KDB? That's going to be the real question. What I know is if the Liverpool that turned up on the weekend turns up this coming weekend, Wahala. I think City could maybe nick it, but with Salah coming back in the team, that obviously changes absolutely everything. So I reckon it'll be a draw though, 2-2.
I'm looking at like head-to-head results, and it's like I was just wondering, like last time Man City actually peppered Liverpool at Anfield was only a few years ago, you know, and it was 4-1.
COVID season, right?
What we're saying, COVID tax.
Yeah.
So that means, you know, Liverpool's Premier League is also COVID tax. Say nothing.
No,
but
it was a season.
I'm good with that, Kaz. I'm good with that.
City won the league that year. Slow down. City won the league that year. Slow down.
Yeah, but they still put 4 past you. But yeah, all right. They say no fans. The fact, all right, fair play. I'm just looking at some of these, but then you can literally just go back a lot. Wow, man. You look at it. Last time, and then before that, last time City even put like 3 past Liverpool was back in 2018. If you want to take that away, that's a long time ago. So even when you say like Foden could put out a bag, Dada could put out a bag, Traps and whatnot, it's a bit like, but by how much? By how many goals? Do you get what I'm saying? So in that respect, I'm thinking it might be, if anything, it might be a low scoring game. 2-1. 3-2, maybe if you're lucky, if we get a good game. We'd love a 3-2, to be fair, on the mutual eye. You know, I can't lie. I want City to win. I need City to win. I need Liverpool to be knocked off the perch. I hate them. Do you know what I mean?
A draw does that too, bro.
Yeah. I need Arsenal to go top. Or some sort. But yeah, go on. Sorry, Traps, you was talking.
Yeah, I mean, when I say stalemate, I don't think it's going to be one of the. It's not going to be no 4-1, no 4-1 or no fucking no game. Like, I think it's going to be like a 1-0. Like 1-0. It's going to be. I think it's going to be similar to like, you know, like the Spurs game where it was a bit dead and then just a sweaty goal or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Maybe a 2-1. Do you know what I mean? Maybe a 2-1. But to be honest with you, I think it's going to be a draw. But if I fancy anybody, I'll be honest with you. I would fancy Man City just to edge it. If I had to pick
Anfield, Traps, really?
If I had to
Anfield.
Is that down to performances of recent?
No, I just think is it down to performances? I think it's part of performances, but you know what it is with City, yeah? It's game time now. Do you know what I mean? It's game time. We're going, it's last 10 now. It's game time for them. These lot know how to turn on the game time right now. So this, and the thing is, with a win like this, if they go to Anfield and win, it's like
it's long. The title's on.
It starts putting the frighteners on teams like Arsenal.
But you say about that, like, but I remember last year gassing up. Remember when Man City were queffing everyone at the start, like pretty much around the season, anyways. They were queffing at some point, and then Liverpool were absolute arse and cheeks. And even then, Liverpool still won that game. And Man City,
and they won comfortably as well. It wasn't like even though it was 1-0, they dominated that game.
It was a difficult game for Man City, 100%.
Well, we sat back and they couldn't get through the low block, and we just kept getting chances. Like the counter attack was just on every time.
Crazy.
Yeah. So we've technically seen worse Liverpool sides come up against fit Man City sides like they have now, anyways, and still win regardless of who they've got. This is what I mean. This is why is like saying I will never get gassed or let anyone gas him ever again about Anfield, because it's just one of them things. But then again, we've seen some weirder things. We've seen, Liverpool draw a point at the Etihad for once, this season. We've seen bare results. We've seen Tottenham come dominate Arsenal at the Emirates. Like, we ain't seen that in about 10, 15 years, something stupid like that. Did you know what I mean?
Whoa. I don't know about that, but we'll
they dominated you, G. They dominated you, G.
Dominated us, bro.
Bro, it was night and day who was a better team. But they cooked a point in it. A point's a point. But yeah, Monts, man, look, Salah's back, right? And I think we all know by now, Salah doesn't need a run of games to go and get a couple goals or assists. I think Kunle said it in a chat. A couple man said it in the chat. Ty said it in the chat. He's like, brother, it don't matter. This guy is like a machine. Like, who are you or anyone to doubt Mo Salah? You now must be confident that you can definitely go and secure, like, if someone's going to be clutch, it's going to be him, innit?
Yeah, Salah's.
You talked about it last night on your stream. You talked about it last night on your stream in depth.
Bro, Salah's the City bully. Everyone knows this. Like, it's not even like it's not a secret. If it's a secret, it's the worst kept secret in the land. I think it's very obvious where City are probably going to focus their defense on as well. I feel like they're going to look to nullify Salah, which probably will free up more space for Nunez. Unfortunately, there's no Jota and stuff there, but I think Diaz might have something to say as well. Like, he's not been someone who's impressed me through sheer quality, but sheer determination might be what it takes with Diaz. For me, we just can't take 5, 6, 7 chances to score a goal, otherwise we lose this game 3-1, regardless if we're at home or away. That's the thing with City. That doesn't take away the fact that even though it's Anfield, we still have to be clinical, and we haven't really been clinical that much, like, if we're being honest. But again, a lot of our attackers have been available to be clinical. Gakpo back to the bench, Darwin Núñez back in the starting lineup.
You mean back of the van?
Anyway, I'm just looking at this high line. If they want to play this high line, I feel like Núñez is going to eat, man. I feel like Núñez will eat with this high line if they run this high line in it.
No, but Mons, I think there's no doubt Núñez is going to eat, but is he going to score? That's always the question.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I've accepted Núñez for what he is, in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why. When's the last time you man call him shit? I've accepted him for what he is. I've never thought he was shit, but I don't think he's what. I don't think he's what our fan base
moving the needle type beat.
Yeah, like he's not what our fan base make him out to be. Like, that's for sure as well. I've come to like, I know what he is, in it. Like, he creates chaos. He'll get goals, he'll get GA, but he's not going to impress you all the time in performances, and he's never going to be clinical. You know what I'm saying? So it's
he'll hit like 7 worldies a season. Like.
Yeah. Like, bro, man will bang worldies, bro. Worldies that you will not see anyone else bagging in that 9 position. But like,
you say about clinical. I mean, I don't think City have been that clinical either. Lately, even though they scored bare goals, there's a certain robot up front that has been missing quite a few cities too.
Hey, Kaz, do you know what, Kaz, though? In terms of that, City have been very lucky that teams haven't punished them when they're missing those chances, because in both the last 2 games, there's been situations where if teams just took chances, they could have been 1 or 2-0 up, or had they extended their lead or whatever. But City, they ride it out, and then if you allow them the last 20 minutes and they're still in the game, you know it's a long day. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. By the way, people, there's 350 man of you, or men, women, non-binaries, whatever the hell you want to identify as, trees, broccolis. Please smash the like buttons. 15 likes away from 100, and you know you like 20 minutes in, not even 100 likes is embarrassing. So please, thumbs up. Make sure it's lit. Make sure it looks white like my hand, and then you've done your job. Especially if you got accounts as well. So much appreciated. But yeah, man, look. As much as we might even praise Liverpool for having what they might have called on the break, like Nunes, whoever may be up front, you know, Lewis, it's probably going to be Diaz, Nunes, and Salah. That's probably going to be the majority. If that line ain't going to scare a Liverpool backline, then I don't know what does. But at the same time, we have to not really knock City out of this conversation as well. Salah being fit. But at the same time, they've got KDB fit, which is obviously massive. They've still got Foden on fire, scoring bangers and whatnot. And and relatively, as much as they do concede, right? They don't concede loads of goals, couldn't they, right? Like, they still got a steady back line at the end of the day. They still got recovery through Kyle Walker. You know, they got a bit of a hit of themselves. It's not like we haven't seen Liverpool even concede chances. And if anything, this might also suit City a little bit when they're trying to cut through. You know, we've seen that the same long diagonal that gets over City is the same diagonal that gets over Liverpool as well. No?
Right. Look, the reality is it could be a roller coaster of a game in terms of 3-3, 4-3. It could be, because as you said, Kaz, both teams have been typically conceding more chances than we're used to them conceding, like in the last couple of seasons. Against Chelsea, City looked crazily open in that first half. Liverpool against Forest on the weekend. Alanga could have got a couple. Awani could have got one. Like, they are conceding a bag of chances, but there is a chance. But you never know when it comes to these type of games, where it could be like Trap said, a close game, 1-0 or something like that. I can only see a draw or a moment of creative genius from.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to say one name. One name suits this game to a T, and he's not been a fan favorite this year. Who am I thinking about?
Doku.
Which club?
Nope. Man City. Club? Man City.
Grealish.
No. Yeah, obviously he's a massive. I say he hasn't been a fan favorite. Nah, it's actually Mateus Nunes. I think he would be an absolute. This is this sort of game. This game is where Gravenberch, the types of Gravenberch, but granted he's in Nunes. You know why? Because when there's a lot of space in the middle and to get up the pitch, you need a ball carrier. You need a ball carrier to get up the pitch that don't lose the ball too tough. He's been playing left wing sometimes, isn't it? Because he don't lose the ball when he plays it simple. It's like the most Rebor, Grealish type beat ever. But I feel like Nunes would actually be serious in this game due to ball carrying, because getting up the pitch is vital in these sort of games where you want to get from back to front very, very quickly. And also, the other one, if I'm going to switch it, I'm going to say McAllister is also would be very, very vital in this game as well.
Is Endo playing?
Huh?
Fit,
yeah. Endo
playing.
Yeah, he was fit. He come on around 70, 65th minute or something like that last time. So he's going to be fit and he's fresh. Okay. Salah's
I could unleash McAllister then.
Yeah,
I don't know. Has Nunes had a good game this season in the City shirt though? I don't know. I'm actually asking.
Yeah, last couple Luton, and I think there was a couple before that as well. I think was it Everton? I can't remember, but he's had a couple good performances now. But I think certain styles and certain players make certain fights. And I think if someone's got long strides and a ball carrying to get the ball back to front quickly, I'm not saying that he releases the ball as quick, but I think Nunes would have a really good game. And I think McAllister will also be thinking Bernardo Silva's going to cook as usual, isn't it? But that's just a theory from me. I just think there's some players that are going to go maybe under the radar. And one thing that we do know about this game is that Pep always overthinks it. You know, he always has a mad lineup in the bag. He always has something that is the unexpected. Don't you think, Traps?
Yeah, I mean, I think in this game, I feel like that it's one of them games, yeah, where we sort of can tell the story before it happens, if that makes sense. Not based on result, but based on what's going to happen. Pep was going to try and throw a spanner in the works. Obviously, Klopp's going to do his thing in the way that he does it. I just think, you know what, it might just boil down to? It might boil down to, like, there's going to be chances in the game because they've both leaked goals this season, yeah? So I think it just depends on, for me, is is how the averages of where the chances fall to. So, for instance, if two chances fall to two big chances fall to Darwin Núñez, you might end up with no goals. If two chances fall to Mo Salah, you might end up with 1 goal or maybe 2. If 2 chances fall to Haaland, you might end up with no goals or 1. But if 2 chances fall to Foden, you might end up with 2 goals or none. You know what I mean, 2 goals or 1. So at the end of the day, what you might see is the chances fall to Foden and Salah, and the game ends up 2-2, 2-1 to either side. Or the game might fall to, or the chances might fall to the likes of Haaland. Haaland and Núñez. It might end up to 1-1 or whatever. But so I just think it's where the chances fall at the end of the day. There's going to be chances, but who it falls to. That's what I think.
Yeah, you know what? You're totally right there, man. And you know what? This is probably the first time where we're gonna, kind of going more in depth into this sort of game and more in the title race. I purposely kind of like avoided talking about it because I don't know, man. I'm not really a massive believer of rinse and repeat just because you want to get content out there for the sake of it to talk about it with different people and whatnot. Don't get me wrong. You want different people's opinions, but I hate it. But I do like integrating it into like segments before you talk about it as a whole. But yeah, man, look, I think it's going to be a sick game. I'm just trying to look at it where I don't even know where to put my finger on it. It does kind of draw for me. Do I want it to be a draw? No, because obviously, we got to crash it on someone. You know what I mean? Because if it is a draw, Arsenal fans will be crashing it because they'll win on the weekend. Do you get what I mean? If Man City lose, we all know that we're going to be coming for daps. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if Liverpool lose, then Mons is in the mud. Either way, do
you know what? On top of that, Kaz, potentially, if there is a winner in this game, that could push whoever winner is on to win the league.
Yeah,
because if it's a draw, I think it leaves it wide open.
Monts. That said, if Man City lose at Anfield, he is literally conceding the Premier League as a whole.
Yeah, I heard that.
He said he's not.
He's reactionary. He's quite reactionary with that one, but still.
Yeah, wild still.
He said he's done. Yeah, but you know what it is? It's because Liverpool's running. If you look at Liverpool's running, a lot of games are at Anfield, bro. And they don't have a lot of tough fixtures.
They're treble winners, bro. They can't be putting the white flag
only
out there.
Tough fixture after this left from Liverpool is technically Man United.
I don't really want to hear that anyway, just simply because as Kunle said, bro, they're treble winners. They're used to catching Liverpool anyway. They were big shark when it was Arsenal last year. Like they've seen us put all the title by our captain slipping on game week 35. So why on earth do they get to concede and the pressure just come off them?
Yeah, I'm not hearing that.
That's all dead. That's all dead, isn't it? Like, that's actually dead.
It's a bit. If City lose and Liverpool win, they go 3 points ahead of them.
4
points ahead of them with 10 games to go. Well, you think you can concede that? You can as the Premier League big fish, the golden standard apparently. You think
with chest all the way out all season as well.
Points.
Nah, man.
You think you can concede the title with 10 games to go on 4 points? That's ridiculous, man. You can't. I'm not having that. There's no way. I'm not having that. Like,
Daps knows what he's doing there, Traps.
If you don't think you're going to win the league, then say you don't think you're going to win the league. But don't try and say this is the point, because Man City, if you base it off like that's what was doing the other day, basing things off of history and what goes on, you cannot give up on the title with being 4 points behind. It's impossible. That's impossible. Based off of history. As a Man City fan, with 10 games to go, 4 points behind, you can't. No, I'm not having that. You got to stay in there. You got to bob and weave a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You got to hit the ropes a little bit. You know what I mean? You got to steady yourself. You know what I'm saying?
You know what you are, Traps. Yeah, you're like the UK version of Drewski. Realize.
Traps needs a show on mainstream TV. I've been telling everyone this, bro. Straight, I'm watching it from Nige.
I forgot. Oh yeah, City still got to go play Arsenal at Etihad, isn't it? So
this is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, so it's not like, for instance, yeah, it could be a thing. I'm not saying it will happen, but it could be a thing where City go to the Etihad, the Emirates. and they beat Arsenal, and then
they didn't.
Liverpool,
No.
Liverpool get because don't what you have to remember
Arsenal,
is
I mean,
end of the
Arsenal
season
already played at the Emirates against City.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. I mean, Etihad, yeah. So then you forget that. I'm sure there's a run in this run. Spurs have got Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. Yeah. So you see what I'm saying? So Spurs are going to have a big say in who wins and who don't. For one, not to say that Spurs are going to. But we don't know with Spurs. You don't know with Spurs. Spurs might. I don't know. Spurs might throw a spanner in the works, but there are games where there's points can be dropped the same way. It's not like Liverpool have got flipping the bottom 8 teams to play and then flipping a couple of teams in the top. No,
well,
they've definitely got a favourable run, to be fair, but it's not enough to concede that. Not at 10 games though. There's still 10 games, chaps. I'm with you. There's still 10 games.
What's the favourable?
I'm not being funny, chaps. They've got Sheffield United. Yeah, these are the easy games.
Nah, it's crazy. It's crazy, chaps.
They got a Sheffield United. They still got a Crystal Palace. They still got a Wolves. Granted, they're not that great away, to be fair. They still got them man to play. So they've got a couple bottom half of the table teams to play. Like they got Brighton. They got Brighton and that as well. But they will smash Brighton, man. Brighton still
listen, we got to go Villa Park. We got to go Old Trafford, and the rest of the games that are difficult. On paper, difficult. We have at home.
Yeah, but you've got you know what it is. You've got Villa Park. You got to go to Villa Park where Villa might have already secured top 4 or 5 by then, and they're looking at Conference League final maybe or something like that. I don't think they'll give a shit too much.
Yeah,
Emery's definitely throwing that for the final, bro.
I don't think it's like that. What you have to remember, about this this league is that all these at this time.
It's easy, but when teams relax sorry, traps. When teams do relax at the end of the season because they're focused on maybe a cup final or something like that, they tend to just play their young.
What about the European Cup for us?
I'm not saying. Look, I'm not. No, I know, but I hear it. But Liverpool's got the squad, and you're a different beast. Yeah,
Kaz. Bruv, what you're doing, yeah. Monts knows what's going on, bro. He's trying a thing, bro. You know what he's trying to say, bro. You know what he's trying to say because Emery did it at Arsenal when we were going for the top 4 and we were in the Europa League final. He threw the top 4 and focused on the Europa League final. You know what we're talking about, bro.
Yeah, I hear all this. There's so many. Listen, there's so many different factors into it. Yeah, for one, like because you got for instance, there's injuries, fatigue. There's teams at the bottom. They're the ones, that are fighting for survival. So you get them stiff games where they sit in.
That won't be Sheffield United because they.
I'm not saying Sheffield United, but that's one game. Do you know what I mean? That's one game. We're talking about the likes of Palaces and Evertons and all these lot. Yeah, these lot to get because a point to them that could be the difference between survival and relegation. So I don't think it's fair to say easy games. Yeah, Sheffield United whipping boys, whip them, whatever. Yeah, you can have that 3 points, take that. Yeah, but you have to remember like Liverpool have gone to like Luton and drew. So it's not. I don't think it's the story will continue past this weekend. That's the truth.
Can I ask a quick
question?
No.
Can
I ask actually a valid quick question? Yeah. I'm just trying to think. When it comes to Liverpool playing the top sides, how many wins do you have?
None.
What? None this season?
What? None?
Yeah,
not one.
0, bro. Wait, not one.
Yeah, we beat.
No. You didn't beat anyone, bro. Your first answer was right. That's true, I guess.
Chelsea.
Yeah,
Chelsea.
It's like Chelsea.
It's one of them ones.
And wait, and how many I was going to say, how many do Man City have against the so-called top 6 sides? Beat Man United.
1. They drew twice with Chelsea.
The United one's the only one, yeah?
First, they beat us twice.
They ain't beat Spurs. They drew to Spurs.
They beat Spurs 1-0.
No,
they drew, bro.
Premier
League. Oh yeah, cup. That was cup.
That was a cup. Yeah, sorry.
They still got goals to Tottenham, by the way.
Yeah, so they beat us twice. They drew with Chelsea twice. What was the Liverpool score? They beat Liverpool.
They drew to Liverpool.
They drew with Liverpool. They beat off Arsenal.
They lost to Arsenal.
Come on, chaps, bro. We won.
They got off Arsenal.
Oh my god, man! This is.
I think they've won. They might have won two games. Two. I think that's just us.
All right. Next,
Yeah,
next
two
one.
United
Last
ones.
question. Last question. I'm gonna throw in a little spanner, by the way. But let me quickly do this super chat. Because this is relevant as it goes. So a good super chat, by the way, Mr. Link. Big up yourself. Arsenal have to beat Spurs, City, United away to win the league. City would have to beat Liverpool, Arsenal, and Spurs to win the league. Difficult run. Mr. Link's a Liverpool fan, by the way. In context, big up for the super chat. How many big teams has Arsenal beat this year? Then in top, so the so-called top 6.
Liverpool,
seven maybe.
City. Is Newcastle in that?
Nah.
United.
Liverpool City, United. Yeah.
Liverpool City, United.
Listen, the title. Listen, the title is.
This is tight, bro. This is
tight, bro.
Bro,
how many points are they on now? Is it like 60? Is it 60 points or 50 points? 50 something points. Is it not like 62, 63, and 64 or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yes, something like that. Yeah.
Like with all these games to play, going to Spurs, going to fucking I'm not saying Old Trafford. Fuck that. So I'm saying, let's go into Spurs, going to fucking Etihad, going to thingy. Yeah. All these run-ins and these fixtures, it's not in no one's hands, and especially like if you're getting a marginal 4 points, that's no, bro.
Oh, that's crazy. 63, 62, 61. That's sick. That's so sick.
So look, it's one game, yeah, with 10 to go. Losing a game now, especially with 10 to go. After you lose this game, there is 10 to go.
So there's 30. The maddest point is, so there's 10 games to go, right? Correct, yeah?
30 points.
So there's 30 points available, and so that means the most someone can get is literally 93 points in this moment of time. Wow. So we're not getting those 100 points.
96.
So what wins? What wins the league? Like, I can't lie, yeah. It's gonna be this.
Well, 96 points wins the league.
We can't say 80 points ain't winning no league. 85 points might not even be winning no league. We're probably talking about all these teams that we're talking about have probably got
90
maybe one loss. Maybe they've got room for one loss. Maybe 90 points might be enough, just enough to secure the league this year. But the thing is, we say 90 points. That means Liverpool can afford a loss. Then Arsenal can only draw because they're on 61, and that means City can afford maybe 2 draws.
Now,
this thing could be wild after this weekend.
This is mad. This is a mad race.
Every weekend there could be a different one of the 3 at the top of the league. That's how crazy the margins are right now. Literally every weekend it could be someone different.
Yeah, man. You know what? This is crazy. Look, I don't want to keep talking about title race too much because it's like I want to save some conversation when City fans in here as well. Blah 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 blah. Which we might actually dive more into tonight with obviously Champions League talk because you know what, Champions League is relevant as well. By the way, guys, 500 odd of you on here. If you haven't done so, just a quick reminder. Remember, I don't ask all the time. I can't be asked. People typically like the content. They'll like it back when they're watching it back as well. Please hit the like button. It's super important. 146 likes. Can we boost that to at least a 200 minimum? So just a little reminder if you've got accounts, because I know there's a few people that don't watch accounts. And make sure you subscribe to Tunnel TV and Big Six Bands. Will be in the description below. Trust me. So yeah, man, just you know what to do, man. You can pause at any time and do that. Anyways, look, let's move on. Look, there's title talk and then now there's mid talk. Man United and Chelsea are chasing pretty much every manager under the sun, allegedly, right? But there's big reports. Obviously, we spoke about it a little bit yesterday about Ten Hag possibly having 3 games left. There's a lot of teams that are going to require a lot of the managers come this summer. Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Man United. But it's one name that is circulating, and I don't know what people feel because I saw one quote which doesn't sit well with me with the Zerbi. The Zerbi, I want you guys to tell me in the chat, do you find him overrated or underrated or literally level like he's rated enough, basically? So let me know what your free options are as well. But yeah, I might as well start with you, Traps. Would De Zerbi be a success at Man United or Chelsea? That's a simple question because more time you look at what players are available and what's under him, like you know what kind of board. What does he suit? Or do you reckon he shouldn't be? Because we don't know what he's going to be like at a big club. He could literally capitulate. He might not have the personality for it.
I'll be so honest with you, yeah. I would prefer him to go to Chelsea, bro. Go to Chelsea. They've already nicked half of Brighton's staff anyway. Just go there and turn into mid-table Brighton. Like, go and just finish the job off. Yeah, finish the job off.
Mid-table Blues.
I don't know. This is the thing, yeah. Like I said, I've declared my war on the fan base. So obviously, you're gonna see a load of these clips and these things talking about De Zerbi, thoughts on De Zerbi. Bro, listen, yeah. I don't know whether they're looking for managers and his name's just been in the mix right now. But obviously,
this ain't a rumor. This looks like it's quite concrete. They're talking 12 million release clause and whatnot. This is looking like there's a lot of reports pointing the finger.
Nah, I'm not hearing it, man. I'm not hearing it. Like I said, I'm not hearing the whole reports and tier this and tier 1 report and tier 2 report, because it's all a load of bollocks at the end of the day. Because we ain't even obviously there's a new CEO coming in. I don't really know the terms and conditions of what he can and can't do right now, but obviously he's going to be a major decision maker in terms of who succeeds Ten Hag. So for me right now, I just think that De Zerbi is just one of them names that's been thrown out of there, man. Someone sent me a picture of flipping Hansi Flick on a train in Manchester the other day. It's just, yeah. For me, De Zerbi, for me, no, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Not because he's a shit coach or whatnot. I just don't think that he's done enough to warrant the Manchester United job at the end of the day. Like, we need a coach, and we need someone who can coach. I prefer a coach over a manager, because we're not the finished article. You can't just manage.
Thomas Frank.
Oh, you say that, but is De Zerbi not a coach?
Yeah, no, he's a coach, but like I said, I don't feel like he's done enough. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Thomas Frank.
At the end of the day, I feel like he's done.
Stop. You're doing too much.
He's done. He's done. I'm not even listening to Kunle. Kunle's just chatting shit, blood. Yeah.
Bro, I'm just throwing names in the basket, bro. What's wrong with you, bro?
Don't worry. Like
bro.
You're gonna get some. Don't worry. Yeah.
Get some what, bro? What are you talking about, bro? We're talking about Manchester United managers, and you're talking about me getting some.
I'm talking. You're talking about Frank Warren. Let me talk, please.
Frank Warren? Thomas Frank, but okay.
I don't even know. No respect. I don't even know his name like that. I don't even know his name like that.
No, continue. No, Allah.
But yeah, De Zerbi for me ain't done enough. Like I said, we've seen Potter. Potter done a good job at Brighton, and obviously, I'm not going to blame Potter for what happened at Chelsea. But at the end of the day, them kind of managers need to come into something that is very robust. Do you know what I mean? They can't come into an environment that is a bit chop and change, and there's other stuff going on, and there's shit.
All right, let's put this into perspective then, Monts. Omar Barada, who when he was CEO or whatever he was, CFO, whatever it is at Man City, right? What the name that was pinpointed to potentially replace Pep was De Zerbi, so he's an admirer of him, right? Ineos, right, when they were at Nice, were looking at De Zerbi as one of the managers before he went Brighton. Dan Ashworth, obviously, Brighton links, all of that, style of football links to someone like De Zerbi. And now, obviously, there's names of like head of recruitment and technical directors coming in and whatnot. And whatever they may be, the whole point is you need your sporting director, aka director of football, and you need obviously your CEO and obviously your sporting board basically to agree on a manager. If anything, it kind of points to De Zerbi then, right? Because that's why I say there's concrete truth to it, rather than there not being a like what's the point of throwing Zidane in the mix? Zidane ain't going nowhere. Like, let's be honest. What is Zidane's philosophy? Other than what do we know about Zidane's philosophy? His style of play. All we know about him is that he has a super squad and he knows how to win.
He's an opportunist, man. That's it, bro. He's a hell of a player.
Saying, so it makes no sense.
Everyone
and even if you want to link it with Chelsea, if you're Chelsea right now, especially as a fan base, why would you? The last thing I think Chelsea fan base also want is to go nitpicking back at Brighton.
Yeah, it's a myth. A myth for them, man. But let them have it.
It's one of them ones. The Chelsea thing is just like it's a science project right now. We're just throwing a few things in the mix and seeing what goes on. It's crazy.
Little volcano thing. They bring a little volcano.
Yeah, bro. That's anything in there. Literally, there's no plan. It's literally see what happens, bro.
Have you seen that meme here where the guy's got the chips in his hand and he's got the pot and he's like, he's ready to drop the chips in the pot and then the pot starts bubbling up with the oil and that and he puts the top on it.
Yeah, that's Jurgen Klopp when he brings all the academy youths on the field, bro. That's
here we go, bro. I'm not even arguing with you today, man.
Don't argue with me. Don't beat me either. Don't beat me.
Let me ask you a question once.
It's kind of.
In fairness, the Zerbis had to go to do European football with an injured Brighton squad this season. I think we can, if we're gonna give Blyers like to Newcastle, Tottenham, Man United, and pretty much loads of teams having injuries, he's also had to have injuries this season. Loads and loads and loads. Now, this is why I don't really rate the Zerbi for this season. As in, I'm not mean rating him as a manager. I'm talking about like his success or what his position is because of those certain injuries. And also, if he goes to a bigger club and he has better players, the whole point is he should cook, right? And the thing is as well, I don't think Chelsea and Man United, unlike Brighton, who give away their best players, he won't need to keep replacing these best players, right? So what do you think De Zerbi cooks with better players and under a better like team that can actually spend money for players that he truly wants? Because clearly
we ain't. But it's one of
he must have some sort of eye for talent idea as well, as much as Brighton does.
Because it's the conundrum where like cool, like he's good at getting the players there, but can you elevate them to the next level and keep them there for a period of time? Because a lot of his signings, Brighton have made so much profit, but how many of them have actually like really fulfilled their price tag? Really,
McAllister.
So far, so
do you mean ones that have been sold? By the way,
yeah, once they've been sold. So it's only been 7 months for McAllister. Caicedo, I guess, is more long term, even though for me, he's fulfilled about 30 million of the 150 million he's been.
Trossard is fulfilled. I would say he's quite.
Trossard, no, he hasn't. He's a bench player.
He's cold.
He's a good player. He's a good player. He's a bench player.
Ben White go for
50 mil. You could say Ben White after
Ben White. He's 50 mil. You can say
yeah,
he's justified the 50. But was De Zerbi even there them times?
Bissouma, the season's cooking. You know what I mean?
Cooking stretch, but poor first season maybe.
Potter sold Bissouma.
25 million, and he's not.
Potter sold Bissouma, to be fair. Potter sold Bissouma. So for me,
Bissouma justified one.
For me, I think his structure and play style is very good and very specific, but he's gonna have to literally get his exact players for his style. I don't think there's enough evidence for him to succeed at a big club, but at the same time, he deserves a big move.
Well, all right,
but you know what, man?
I feel like United are too big a job for him. Personally.
You know what it is? To be fair to De Zerbi, he's not just Brighton he's been at. He was at, do you not remember his Shakhtar Donetsk? He was cooking. Do you remember Sassuolo? They were like, if you watch anyone that knows Sassuolo a couple years ago with Scamacca and Locatelli and that few years ago, know that they were. I remember when they killed AC Milan, bro. They battered them. Like, honestly, it was night and day. Like, it was a joy to watch as well at the same time. Sassuolo shouldn't be able to be up there in the league. The whole point is he's got credentials in the Champions League. He's right now, he's doing, obviously, Europa League business and whatnot. He does deserve a bigger job at this moment of time. And maybe Man United might be too much of a thing. But if you've got a new project, a new style, and then everything's fresh, surely it's the best time to rebuild.
And that's a crucial thing you said. He does deserve a bigger job for sure, but is Man U too big for him? Because for me, it also depends
Why are you saying Thomas
depends on.
He's trying to troll. That's why
because Traps was on. Yeah, but yeah. In terms of De Zerbi, like I don't believe in this one season wonder stuff. I wanted to see what he did this season with a team in Europe and stuff like that. So for me, yeah, but even still, what like. I hear you, but people are getting excited about De Zerbi, not based on Sassuolo or Shakhtar Donetsk. They're doing it off Brighton. Let's keep it about. No. I hear you, but also it depends what project he's coming into Man U selling. Is it that in 3 years we're going to challenge for a title, or what is the project? It really depends on the project that's being sold to the United fans. To be fair,
no, he's right though. Kunle is right. It depends on it. What do you want him for? Do you want him to sort of keep the level whilst you do the influx of or the restructure, and do you know what I mean? Keep it like obviously the new players coming in. Or do you want to get to that level and then you say, all right, you've done your little 2 years, or your 2 years with an option to extend for another year, and then move on, and then we get whoever is going to be the main guy? Or are you actually trying to run with this guy? But I don't think, like I said, I don't really think I just don't think, based off the players that we're going to keep, if you look at the players that we're going to keep the likes of Rashford. Rashford ain't getting sold for love nor money. That's a fact. Yeah. Obviously, you got the Rasmus Højlunds, you got the Garnachos, which are young players in that. But just some of these players that are going to be amongst it. Like, for instance, I mean, I don't know about Luke Shaw. I don't think Luke Shaw is getting sold either. But you have to remember, these players have actually won shit. So it's very hard for you to take orders off of somebody who ain't won shit. Do you know what I mean?
But I'm not being funny. I don't think Ineos screams that these players have any sort of power come this summer anyways, and they probably know it as well, that they can't be just shipping managers the way they think they are.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. I know what you're saying, but
they're losers. They're losers, bro. These players at Man United are effing losers. They are a waste of sperms at this moment of time in a high level game.
I mean, I'm not even like I said, I'm not even getting into that part of it, but I'm just saying, these man and their mentalities. What you have to remember, Rashford is the fucking poster boy, bro. So if you're coming in here for the strength of fucking getting Brighton to 6 and that, I think you could take. He's the poster boy, mate. So it's gonna. I personally think that Man United need a manager with some fucking credentials, bro.
Nagelsmann.
Yeah? When I say credentials, yeah, Nagelsmann. The only reason why I say Nagelsmann is because apparently I saw a report, yeah, that.
You said you don't care about the reports. You're looking into them.
No, I'm saying if it's let me finish. I saw a report. I saw a report that Rangnick is meant to have recommended him, and I believe in Rangnick. So if it's the truth and Rangnick has done that, then I wouldn't.
Traps, would you prefer him over Flick?
Flick's got credentials, so at the end of the day, I'm not too bothered. If Ineos end up pulling off a masterclass and end up managed to persuade Zidane or a Flick or someone like that, I'm not asked about it because it's their project. It's early days in their project.
Are you sure?
They're still here trying to prove themselves or do what they want to do. So at the end of the day, I mean, people can say no and whatnot, but I'm just telling you this now. This is why I've declared the war on the fan base, because at the end of the day, my man's come in. He's put 1.25 bill of his own P's, or whatever P's he's put in, 300 mil of his own P's and whatever else from his company, whatever. Yeah. He is not trying to waste his dough. So at the end of the day, yeah, I'm just going to let them. It needs to get to a point where I can say, nah, you're not doing the right things. And at the present moment in time, we're hearing Dan Ashworth, we're hearing fucking, I heard Doogie Friedman yesterday, all kinds of shit going on. So I'm just
head of recruitment. No, technical director they offered him.
Like I said, you can't make a decision on whatnot. Like, I just think at the end of the day, like Omar Barada coming in or whatever, yeah, they're going to make a decision together. This is why I don't believe any of these reports, because this board has not even been assembled properly. Have they had a board meeting? Have they even had a board meeting with all the members? So how are we having board members, but there's tier 1 man telling you about the next manager and that? Bearing in mind, no one even knows when Ten Hag's going to get sacked, because I genuinely think that Ten Hag is not getting sacked purely because there's objectives for him to meet, and if he doesn't meet them objectives, then obviously the sacking money, yeah, becomes lower. That's what I think anyway. And besides, the board is not assembled, so they don't really have to make it. So it's a win-win for them anyway. But
go on. Are you going to finish? Go on.
Yeah, I just think that yeah, there's managers there, but I think Zerbi. I think people are doing maths like what you're saying. Obviously, Barada wanted to had a say in this, and obviously it would make sense it's his guy or whatever. I just think people are just doing maths right now. I don't think that there is. I think there's options out there, and I think I don't know. You have to watch and see, to be honest.
And let me tell you, Monson. Let's flip it from Man United to Chelsea quickly. Yeah, would Zerbi not be more suited to Chelsea's current team when you deep it? They got Caicedo, Levi, Colwill. Fofana would be a good addition for him. Gusto would 100% be a good addition for him. Cucurella, somebody's already worked with as well. You know, when you deep it, a lot of these players, he's kind of worked with.
Cucurella's still at Chelsea.
He's been injured for time. He was cooking as well. He was playing well as well. That's the thing. So like he would have a few players that he's worked with before, and I'm pretty sure Chelsea will go and get maybe a Gyökeres or something like that. Someone that can play a little bit of like an Evan Ferguson. You know, he might have Sterling. I think Sterling, he would get the best out of a Sterling and whatnot. Do you not think De Zerbi might be more suited currently at this moment of time to a Chelsea than a Man United? Because a Man United has to go through half a squad rebuild or more.
Anything's going to suit Chelsea at this point, because as I said, they're a social experiment. They're a glitch in time. They're part of the multiverse, so they don't really exist. So anything that, especially someone like the Zerbi, where he, like, you know, as you said, the Caicedo link, you know, Cucurella.
Cucurella didn't play under the Zerbi. He left.
He played on the Potter, and it was on the Potter.
He played on the Potter, and he left.
The Brighton links are there, innit? There are Brighton links there. Chelsea can already pop a few triangles. Their football at times can be aesthetically pleasing, although it's ineffective, it's still pleasing at times to the eye. So you probably look at the Zerbi and go, yeah, it could work. But who's to say the Zerbi you can't implement that at Man United? And suddenly
what does the Zerbi working in Chelsea? What does it look like? What are Chelsea aiming for?
No. Kaz used the word suits. Okay. Suits and working are two different things, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Osimhen would suit Chelsea, but will it work? No, it won't be. Osimhen will get goals for them, but ultimately it will move them from 11th to 6th or 5th.
8th.
Yeah, 8th. If you really want me, but they'll call me. They'll say I have an agenda. So I don't even want to say 8th. So let me just tell them 6th. Let me give them another even number. So I feel like, stop asking me stuff about Chelsea for one, because it ain't gonna work either way. Second of all, I don't mean my work. I feel like for Man United, I know you man need more of an overhaul, but things at the top are getting sorted already. So I already feel like Man United might be the more attractive proposition, and I think at Chelsea it'll be like, you know, you're gonna get the money, but are the signings gonna be yours for one? Because there was so many state signings when it happens with Chelsea, so many boardroom signings, let's say. So it's like,
but are we all under the agreement that Chelsea are not making Champions League football for the next 2 years? Though, are we all under that agreement?
I think it's completely.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I'm not doing it.
On his head, man.
I think with the right manager, anything can happen in it. Like we've seen stranger things in the Premier League.
I'm just thinking who comes in to change my narrative. But I hear you.
I'm just saying, someone like the Zerbi, it's just another. Sorry, just for a second. It's just look. If you look at what's going on at Chelsea, bro, I don't think there are many managers that can fix what's going on. I just think a manager needs to get 3 years minimum, and whatever the fuck he does is whatever the fuck he does for him to get the fruits of his labor. I think that's the way they need to go. Otherwise, it's going to be this vicious cycle of hire and fire. But this time, hire and fire ain't winning you Champions League and Prem, because Abramovich ain't there. So you're better off going United. I think, and still getting a decent salary, a decent spending budget, and then maybe the overhaul you want. Because the hierarchy's changing. That's me. Sorry, chaps. Go on.
I mean, I think the Champions League. To answer Kunle's question, what he's saying is that basically, if you look at it like this, if Aston Villa get the Champions League this season, we've seen in the last 2 years Newcastle and Aston Villa in the Champions League. Not only that, this coefficient shit. You might be looking at 5 places in the Champions League. You can't say Chelsea are not going to make Champions League. You can't.
Like, you mean next year? Do you mean next year?
Next year.
Is the 5 Champions League positions are going to be next year as well?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it would be.
Because they ain't getting. Yeah,
it's still well, it depends how big the coefficient is, how well the English team's going to do. So it's not guaranteed, isn't it?
So basically, for them to get 5th extra place, I think it has to be an all English final. They're not going to let that happen.
I think all Man City and that need to do is get to like a Liverpool, got to get to a semi-final, and even then you got Aston Villa looking like they're going to go all the way as well. Europa League, it looks like, you know, like even Brighton in Europa League flipping, they're going to go to like maybe a quarter-final, maybe. Like
but the Europa League stuff, that's
I don't know. It's looking more than likely that, you know, it's looking more than likely.
Does Europa League stuff count though?
Yeah, all of it counts to European coefficient.
I thought it was.
I thought it
was how well.
All of it has. I believe everything has it.
No, because right now I'm surely it can't be. It can't be because
they were talking about it when Liverpool. Because I remember earlier this season when they're talking about like Liverpool getting to a final. If Man City gets to a final, then they definitely secured coefficient points.
Yeah, but they're saying
chat. Let us know, man. I
saw like a month ago that as it stands right now, the Italian teams are the ones that get the extra place.
Well, yeah, because don't get me wrong, but how many Italian teams are in Champions League right now? What, Napoli? They're going to get knocked out, pretty much. Lazio just got knocked out. Who else there?
Inter still there.
Inter Milan are going to be the one that's already going to go far. But other than that, what is it? Is AC?
Yeah, but
Milan got knocked down to
about the Italian teams in the Europa League? Who's
exactly.
in Europa League?
So that's what I'm saying. Europa League must count then.
No, but who's in the Europa League? What Italian teams are in the Europa League?
Well, Roma. Who went through final to Roma?
I don't even know.
Roma. I think Roma scummed it. Roma scummed it.
Yeah, Roma won on penalties. Yeah.
So that's it. But that's is that Europa League is obviously AC Milan. I think they're still in it. Fiorentina. I think are they still in it? Yeah, they got quite a few Europa League teams in there.
I don't know, innit? But I just think I don't know, but yeah, I just think if there's 5 places up for grabs in a thingy, you can see Chelsea. It's been next season or the season after. You can see Chelsea.
I don't see them finishing top 5 next season. The following season, maybe if it's another top 5, maybe they got a chance. I'm just predict. I'm saying it. Obviously, it's for them to prove me wrong. This is what I predict. I think that club is a mess right now. I think the best manager for them would actually be Unai Emery to come and fix this mess that's going on right now. If I'm honest, for Chelsea, I think there's just too many wrong decisions from the higher up.
You have to remember, 3 players can change your season, innit? You can buy 3 players that can change your season. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, look at Liverpool. Yeah, how many players did they really buy?
Yeah, but who's in charge of buying players at Chelsea right now? Isn't it Todd?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Look,
no, you're right. You're right. 3 players can. You're right. You're right.
Listen, the way Chelsea is right now, you cannot predict them, bro. They're unpredictable. Like, who would have? If you'd have told me football that you saw in the first sort of 10 games, would you tell me that they would not get? They would go unbeaten home and away against City? You wouldn't tell me that. You can't predict them. Do you know what I mean? They're unpredictable. So I don't think it's fair to them. Obviously, yeah, you want to crash it on Chelsea because Chelsea are actually 10th and they're actually poor, and that's cool. But realistically, man, like 3 players can transform them, man. That's the truth. They can get 3 players and it could be a whole different story for them.
I hear you, but they finished it. I don't know where they finished this season. They finished 12th last season. They don't know if their manager's going to be here in summer. What players are coming in? Like, there's no real cohesion. Like, it's all mad at Chelsea right now, Traps. That's what I'm trying to say. It's all mad. If something crazy happens next season and they're able to wash things out and cool things and smooth things over, then maybe the following season we might see something different. But on paper, what I'm looking at Chelsea right now, it's a hot mess. Auto glass settings, bro.
But like I said, you've seen like you should be an advocate for change because you've seen your team go from 8th to 5th to 2nd to title races now. So it happens, man.
But we've never spent $1 billion on a whole squad and revamped it like this, bro.
Go into finances again. Spending $1 billion.
No, but okay. It's not even the billion part, Traps. It's the fact that they've signed so many players in such a short period of time and they expected it to gel. And I just don't think that's feasible.
And obviously, it's not feasible, but they've had time together now. Do you know what I'm saying? They've had time together now. You know who can do what and who could do. You remember at the start of the season,
they still got boxed by the kids and are still 11.
Remember, I told you a month at the start of the season on your channel, that with or without Caicedo, they're not thinking above Villa. I said Villa will get it cracking way more than Chelsea this season. I told you this. So I'm telling you now, from my perspective, that Chelsea's team, yes, it's a mess in the sense of there's bare players. They don't know their best 11. They don't know. But at the end of the day, it can turn around in the summer. Do you know what I mean? It can happen.
Sorry about that. But yeah, man, look, guys, we're going to leave it there as well. Make sure you smash the like button if you haven't done so yet. It's just a reminder. It's a quick reminder, just a double check. But we're going to leave it there anyways. And we're going to be back tonight at 10:15, something like that. We're obviously going to talk about Man City and Champions League. Not so much probably the result because we know they're going to batter Copenhagen. But then we're going to mix in some Champions League talk and a little bit more as well. Might even add a little bit of a Liverpool thing. And maybe even talk about this whole coefficient thing a little bit more in depth about like 5th place and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, man, please smash the like button on the way out. And yeah, we'll be back tonight. Remember that. Just keep remembering that. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to Big Six Bands and Tunnel TV. Be in the description below. And it's up to you guys. You can pause it. You can click on their link and it's there in it. And you can see when they go live. Give them a chance. But yeah, man, big up Chaps as well. But yeah, in a bit. And hopefully you enjoyed the stream. And that's that. Fuck Chelsea.